Happy Friday morning, Black Oak. Ryan Ledden coming to you with an edition of Breakfast with Black Oak. Again, I am Ryan Ledden, president of Black Oak Asset Management. Again, you may work with me, you may work with Autumn, you may work with Damon, Parnick, or Mr. Nick down in Macon, and our staff with Miss Chloe and Miss Autumn. So, again, all on the same team here. I'm not trying to poach business from other advisors. We're on the same team. Again, I still get funny responses going, "Who are you?" So anyway, that's who I am. And we're here to help and to serve you guys as clients. Welcome to winter, by the way. Again, I record this on Thursday morning to send it off to compliance. But yeah, it's 32 degrees this morning and a frost advisory, just like that, snap of a finger. But it looks like it's fake fall or fake winter because next week I think it's supposed to be back in the 80s. But again, that's why we live in Georgia, because the weather changes every 5 minutes. So, quick announcement. Again, most of you have known, and we've been advertising it, our women's event that is going to be tonight as of this recording. So when you see this, we had it the previous night. Then we have another one Tuesday. So pretty cool news is it's packed out. There's a wait list on each night. So that's pretty cool for our first go around. Again, we invited clients out there who, again, are divorcees, widows, and even single women. So there are going to be some clients kind of sprinkled into the audience, and we did social media ads and some mailers that were sent out there. So, hey, maybe you even got one in the mail because we sent a bunch of them out. So anyway, we're looking forward to that and helping that audience out. It's going to be a good time. And again, tonight and Tuesday is going to be at Tams in downtown Cumming. We'll do another round of these. We'll continue to do them as long as they're successful and they're helping people. We will do more and more. And we'll do different locations, not too far from our office here, but we'll probably go down into the Alpharetta area, probably go over to maybe Buford area. So we'll see. So we may get to a closer location to you if you would like to attend, but we'll give you a heads up on that. So we're looking forward to it. Super excited about it. What else? Oh, so the title, Human Behavior in Investment Returns or Returns. So I read a pretty interesting article. It's not a long, in-depth article, but I'm a dork, so I get emails and subscriptions to Financial Advisor magazine for obvious reasons. And there's a pretty interesting article, and I can link the article at the bottom of this Breakfast with Black Oak, is that human behavior sometimes costs us returns if we are in and out of the market, if we're doing bad timing when it comes to that. So it did a study, and I'm looking down at my phone here because I don't want to misquote it. The average dollar invested in U.S. mutual funds and ETFs earned 6.3% starting from December 31st, so the end of last year, 10 years before to 2013. So the returns were around 6.3%. And then the average investor, if you invest on your own, was about 1.1 percentage points less during that same time period. And that is usually beneficial of market timing, which translates into human behavior a lot of the times. So thought that was a pretty interesting article. A good bit of that market timing really probably has a lot to do with 2019, 2020, and 2021, and even 2022, because there's really good years built in there. There's COVID that, the market plummets 30 something percent in 6 weeks. Then, people run and scared and run for the hills, if you will. And then all of a sudden, what does the market do the rest of the year? It takes off. So you miss out on those returns. 2021 was a really good year. 2022, bad year. So sometimes people get back in when they feel it's good time to get back in. Well, they've already missed a big uptick. And they get out too quickly because sometimes they panic. So that's where human behavior, I tell people as advisors, that's what we do. We manage people's behaviors. And right now is a good case in point with the election coming up. There's a lot of questions and what ifs, and what's the market going to do? Again, you don't see any crystal balls on my desk, but we know there's going to be risk coming up. It's just what is that risk going to be? So when we do education and we do set up your portfolio, it's all based off of you and what your risk tolerance is and what your nerdy standard deviation number is. So it's like, here's one standard deviation, here's two, and here's three. So the further you go out, the more certainty that you get. So your portfolio may be very different than what the pundits on all these news outlets are telling you and what they're suspecting a correction or, who knows? There could be a correction. I don't know. There could be. But then again, the market could go sky high. You just don't know. So we do have a quarterly report coming out, and it talks about elections and how to go about navigating those and what the historical returns have been during election years and post-election years. So we are waiting to hear back from compliance to get that sent out to you. So it's a big document, but there's some pretty cool information in there. So a lot of you nerds out there can take that information and digest it. It's pretty neat that we put it together. So take a look at that when we do send that out. Maybe we'll attach it next Friday to Breakfast with Black Oak. But anyway, so human behavior, again, I'll attach the article, not a super long article, but it does talk about that gap between, bad timing and missing out as opposed to, staying the course and rebalancing and continuing to add to it if you're in the accumulation phase, and then continue to, take the same amount during decumulation phase and not really affecting because you have a plan in place because we build out plans that there's going to be negative years, there's going to be bad years built in. And if you have that peace of mind that, hey, I'm still taking my income out despite these downturns in the market, it's a peace of mind type of thing. So human behavior is a big part of what we do. It's managing behaviors is a giant part of being an advisor. Obviously, there's a ton of technical work to it, but it's also behavior management as well. So anyway, everyone have a great weekend. I'm kind of getting long-winded here, but interesting article. And again, we'll let you know next Friday how the women's event went last week. And we look forward to some of you clients who will be there tonight and on Tuesday. So everyone have a great weekend. Big game versus Texas and UGA. Go Dogs. Hopefully they show up. Who knows who will show up. But hey, it's college football and they're teenage boys. So you don't know who's going to show up. So anyway, have a great weekend.